So I'm very happy to be present at this conference workshop, and to me it's a very big surprise that how much the people can work on the same topic, have the same thought, and still didn't know about each other. We have a project, it's called Edison. It's funded by European Commission. It was a part of the program that was written in 2011. But we got only funding in 2015, and we already work in 1 year. And we created what we call Edison Data Science Framework. It contains major components, how you can build profession, how you can make its incorporation in a company, evaluate skills, manage a team, and also how to educate. So I removed all part of the background information because it's a lot of people talking about this. So I will start immediately after from the Edison Data Science Framework. And most part will be Data Science Competence Framework, which is create a basis for all these components in the profession creation. So Edison Data Science Framework contains this part of components. We already defined at this time 4 components: competence framework, body of knowledge, model curriculum, data science professional profiles. All these documents are interrelated, and currently we published them. They are available on the website, and I have 3 copies of these documents. If somebody really wants to start immediately working on this or reading, I can present these 3 copies. Just distribute. You got also a flyer in your registration bag, and how it works. Competence framework defines the competences. I just want to mention that in Europe is standard define the competence. In United States is competency. We need to live with this. Okay, so competences group define which knowledge need to be given to students. We define as a knowledge area groups, and after that knowledge units. This all maps, competences map to the learning outcome for the model curriculum, and this create together as body of knowledge the creation of definition of the learning units, of which you can combine the necessary curriculum, specifically defined for the different professional profiles. And we define the professional profiles as a wide range of the not only data science, but also data-related professions, because I will show you also publications by IBM, at least 2 of them I cited on my slide, that exactly defining that importance, not of data analytics, but also data management, data governance, and all this need to be brought as a one team that is working surely under leading the data scientist. So how we did this? We put as a background documents, we use a European standard. It's called European E-Competence Framework for Information Technologies. And this has a structure, the base to organizational structure, defined competences, proficiency levels, and skills and knowledge. So we went to this, started using this as a basis. We use another standard, and also we use the European standard for skills, competences, qualification, occupations, that as a standard defines the standard definition of professional profiles in Europe. And also we use surely the ACM classification, but it's still very doesn't cover majority of data science knowledge units, or even has a different structure. How is from data science point of view we can assume it should be done. So how we did this data science competence framework? We made analysis in 1 year ago of the 2 big job advertised sites at that time. Surely this was not covered at all, but we collected information and analyzed this as we collected until we actually create an image of what is data scientist, what is market require. And we made this actually with data analysis on some representative, not much, but still giving us full understanding what is required as data competences for this. And finally, so what we also started using definition of the data scientist given in the NIST standard, big data interoperability standard. It's which I also contributed. And we slightly extended the definition of data scientist in NIST documents, making the one more essential issue from what company expect from data scientists, deliver some value to the company or to the scientific project. We also found some kind of more or less romantic definition of the skills from data scientists, like appreciate the raw data as a first-class product. But in reality, I also feel in myself that I like raw data, I like looking at them, and I decided to cite this. And I can't actually make, without machine learning, some assumption or some kind of conclusion from the raw data. And what we did based on our analysis, we confirmed that 3 basic skills, data analytics or business analytics or machine learning, engineering or programming, data science, domain knowledge, is the 3 basic skills that actually define the profile of data scientists. But we also identified that companies require 2 more skills related to data. First of all is data management, curation, preservation, and second is scientific or research methods. So many companies clearly state that data scientists need to look at organizational data, identify or clearly define the problem and propose a solution. These are benefits for organization. So this is what make us thinking that these 5 will be the basic competence group for data science. Surely there are other proper features of the data scientist that may be regarded partly as a competences, partly as a soft skills, and partly as a skills. Something that based not on the, or define not ability of the data scientist, but define its experience and its actually personality even. Surely, integration of data scientists in the organization, it's require actually changing the organizational style of working. That's why we put this as a general data science literacy in organization, or general data management literacy in organization. This just graphical presentation of the diagram, how we see the data science competence group. This is 3 basic that define actually profile of the data science or data analytics related role. And 2 are regarded as a generally required competences: data management and research methods for more research-oriented professions, or business methods for more business-oriented profession. And this is what diagram still we keep it. If we find necessary to change or update it or modify, we will do this. But until now, it's almost a year as we are trying and showing to our audience, to the partners and our constituency, mostly research infrastructure in Europe. But it actually represents something that the data scientists need to have as a competences and live in this environment. This is what table not for reading, but I simply show that we define the data competences and make them enumerated. 6 competences basic for the 5 competence group, and which we use to trace and to create a whole flow of definition from to the body of knowledge, to the learning outcome, and to the model curriculum. skills is something different from competences. Competences is the potential ability of a data scientist or worker. And skills, mostly what is based on experience. Here we identified at least 4 groups of skills. Is related to competences, big data tools and platforms. Don't forget about cloud, but still a year ago it was missing in all definition of data science skills, using tools and cloud platform, programming languages, integrated development environment, and soft skills or social intelligence. How it can be used, or how we use it. It defines a model curriculum. It defines also the body of knowledge. It creates a basis for defining the professional profiles. I will show later, we defined 22 profiles, not only pure data scientists, but also data-related professions. We are developing tools that will use the proposed competence profile for the analyzing CV, analyzing job advertisement, writing the job advertisement for companies, vacancy construction, it's called. And this will be hopefully, these tools already exist. We either will cooperate or we will create our own, but what tools that created in the European funded project is open source tools, so we will work. This is example how this prototypes tool developed by our team member from Frankfurt University. We will have like what profession actually candidate wants to obtain or what apply, and this is what his or her qualification competences. So this means that based on this, there will be created some kind of customized training for the candidate, and they will take this opportunity to gain their tools. It will be supported. Official product of project will be in 2 years, in 1 year from now. Certification scheme based on already existing certification scheme that developed one of our partners, and it will use what competence framework and all the data science framework. We define the data science, what we call data science profession family. Again, I would not say that it's not completely our invention. We go in as extension to already existing European standard, also quite bureaucratic standard, but anyway, it gives us opportunity to go to the really standardization track. Again, slowly, but still its possibility exists. And how is these professional groups relate to the ESCOS classification? They define the professionals for different types, engineering and science engineering, information communication technologies, and they define the also associate professions at managers. We also define the separate managers for data science related occupations, and also support and clerical workers. What in other words is called the keyboard workers. And you would not deny that actually we need somebody who input data and somebody who works in the field, what we defined as the field workers, data field workers. And again, why this system is needed? It was a benefit. If you talk about career path, it may happen that somebody will start from lower level of professional family and go further for. And how we can move from different other professions to the data science profession. We will also develop in a project, this is how we define estimate the needed competences for different professional groups, 22. And this will be done actually for certification. But again, this is a product of the small team, project team, in cooperation with our constituency, research infrastructure, number of the cooperating the industry companies. So my final word will be, but I will tell you now, is we would like to cooperate. We would like to make this more consistent, more community adopted, and also contribute our experience, integrate what existing knowledge, and particularly from BHEF. Its example, if you look about currently in Europe, extremely important problem for research infrastructure, research area. Data management, data stewardship, and many institutions are keeping the vacancy for data stewards, data curators for around 1 year. They cannot fill in. First of all, research university cannot compete this industry, it's clear. But that is why we need all this system standardization and matching between position in research universities and in companies. Because what I heard from one of the research institution administrator, data manager, he told, if our workers know that their work at research organization will be counted by business or commercial organization, we would be easier getting this candidate, because the young or junior or graduates is easier get job from research organization. They work few years there. After that, they go to the company, and their actually CV is recognized. So that's why we need this. So for research kind of institution that are mostly concerned with data management, data stewardship, they actually would employ or run five plus data stewards, data curators. But again, they cannot work just simply as a team or crowd. That's why they also recognize that they need the different position that makes how it's called, actually all systems, data management working at organization. They need programmers, they need analysts, scientists, and also architect as a lead for the group of. And this is what slide I just show you, that what we are working is not what we are completely inventing. I like this slide from Courtney Abercrombie, IBM. If I'm not mistaken, she has position now in cognitive business, and she made a very interesting slide showing that this is data management, this is data innovation, whereas data scientists working. So data management governance is extremely important part in the data science ecosystem or profession family, and it is also booming. It's originated from data warehousing, but now it's going more to the managing big data and related. And this is what you have in the booklet. This is team of data scientists or data analytics groups, and the lead scientist and so on. So I was very happy that Steve sent me this booklet before conference. Education and training. I will quickly scan through these slides. That two components is a data science body of knowledge and a data science model curriculum. They are related also, they originated from the competence framework, and competence framework defined which kind of group of knowledge and learning units or courses need to be put into this different body of knowledge and model curriculum. So this is just to confirm that body of knowledge should contain the data analytics group, data science engineering, data management, scientific research methods, and business process methods. We are still not defined the domain knowledge, but we are working this domain specialists by informatics, nuclear physics, and low energy physics to understand the ecology, which knowledge specific they need, and how their skills of data scientists working in this area need to be defined. So we are working on this, and still not working. Data science model curriculum. it contains such components like learning outcomes defined based on the competence groups and competence individual competences. It's like 30 or 36. Learning outcomes map into learning units that are also defined based on the body of knowledge and defined based on classification, computer system classification. And what we also extracted from the inventory that we did of the data science courses at we made Edge is in May. So this list of the working interactive inventory of data science courses also gives us opportunity to more clearly specify learning units that can be used in the model curriculum. They have a categories mandatory, tier 1, tier 2, elective, prerequisite, and next step is defined based also in experience of universities that cooperate with us on the learning methods and learning models, because educating, as one of our members of our advisory group told, that you have choice how to educate data scientists. Either one person, this 3 part of the brain as a competence group, or 3 data scientists that can work in team. So this means that you actually need to change slightly, find them more creatively how to educate these people. And this what shows currently the body of knowledge defined as a just Excel table presented in this form. We will try to make them computer readable. Model curriculum also has the same structure. We will also in this way. And this is a very long list what we actually expect to do. But essential is what is interesting. We have also champion universities, and we run already champions conference. First was in June. Next we will run in March 2017, summer 2017. Here will be in March in Madrid, and in summer will be in Warsaw. We would like to invite universities, everybody, specialists who can attend this, to participate in the discussion. We expect not less than 70 champion universities in the next conference. So we are working also to give the formal definition of what we proposed to European standardization body. And also I will meet in Bentley University this ACM workshop that is defined the data science curriculum. Hopefully, I don't know if, Brian, if you know this group or you participate. So actually I will, okay, so I finished my presentation. I'm ready to answer questions and talk in there.
Hi, I'm Rosemary Piccioni. I'm from UCLA Extension, and we train and offer courses, and they're certificate-based for both people that have master's degrees, doctoral degrees, that would be one end of the spectrum. But what I found interesting was the people that were more on the clerical side that you had listed, that were more entry level. So are there certificates happening in Europe right now that you're designing for people that do not have a baccalaureate degree?
Actually, the project is creating the common framework and work this what we call champion university. And actually, my university, University of Amsterdam, also has a 4 data science programs: engineering, a humanitarian, business, and artificial intelligence. So we're working this. We also targeting what we call the self-made data scientist, somebody who already has a position of data scientist, but still doesn't have official certification. For this, type of our constituency or people, we simply offer this kind of the competence assessment and fast training, or even self-training. And we will create or cooperate actually in our champion university. Somebody will be interested to take over training of, again, in different countries. Europe is multi-country area, so languages, but this kind of coordination element will make it easier. And yes.
Hello. I thought what you presented was brilliant, and I wouldn't expect less from Europe, who brought us ITIL. This seemed like ITIL for data science. Okay, but is this in contradiction of what we were hearing earlier about Hack Oregon, and this gentleman was talking about how the industry is morphing and changing so rapid that if we codify this, are we afraid, could we possibly be stagnating ourselves by creating this framework?
Actually, whatever we create and whatever we already created for computer science, curriculum, competence, and information system, it's very good material for universities to think and adopt. And even having tool that will allow them experiment this possibility to create the curriculum and also evaluate what they have, which kind of teaching staff they have. This is the biggest problem. I didn't have time to say, but what we discovered, University of Amsterdam, 4 programs, data science programs, different profiles and different objectives and communities. None of them is capable to include the full data management course. So this is what we created, a group that will develops currently at least 1 semester data management course. This extending to the data governance and so on. But this is simple. They have whatever you can imagine, artificial intelligence, machine learning, and Hadoop, but they don't have a data management course. And this is actually commonly recognized, and European policy is very strong on the data management. It's almost obligatory currently at universities to have a data management policy, a data management facility, and so on. I don't know if you are aware about that Europe is, how it's called, developing the open data policy, a open access policy. Is not like open to all, but it means that technology and tools should be developed such a way that every information that's subject to open access or community access should be integrated. It's not easy because, first of all, brain change, qualification, and so on.